Hello class, welcome to a new lecture. So last lecture we had completed problem 4 on page 54. So the remaining problems in this particular chapter, they are strictly out of syllabus, so I won't be discussing them. So let's move on to the next topic. So the next topic that we discussed after Cartesian coordinate system was solving problems in polar coordinate system. So under that we had discussed the derivations, and we had discussed the problem of rotating disk, and we were in the process of completing the portion on plate with holes. So I have completed that. So quickly let us go to the end of the chapter and see what are the numerical problems that we can solve based on what we are taught till now. So I'll just go to the page number quickly. So this is a long chapter. When you go to the exercise problem, the first problem is verify equation D of article 25 in the case of phi equal to one expression. So you are given a phi. So you are given a phi in terms of the Cartesian coordinate system as well as the polar coordinate system, and you are asked to verify a particular equation. Now what's that equation? Let us go to that. So I have the page number, so I will directly type that. So basically you are asked to verify expression D of article 25. Now article 25 is this, which is about the derivation of equations in polar coordinates. So this particular lecture I had started in the last class before minor 1 exam, if you remember it. Now one more thing I wanted to share with you at this point is, as I am trying to prepare these lectures for you, and as I am going through this Timotion Go textbook that I had shared with you, which is second edition, I am finding that there are lot more differences, means many differences between second edition and third edition compared to what I thought initially. So anyway, I just wanted to keep that in mind, because even in derivations I see that some steps have been included and things like that. Overall, most bulk of it is same, but there are minor differences. Anyway, this particular section was dealing with the derivation of first of all it dealt with the derivation of equation of equilibrium in polar coordinates. So in the case of Cartesian coordinates, we had seen that for 2D plane problems. So these are the equations of equilibrium in polar coordinates. So this was derived in class, and after that what we did was we wanted to arrive at the compatibility condition in polar coordinates. So compatibility condition in Cartesian coordinates we had already seen that. So I'll just go back to that once. So this was the compatibility condition in Cartesian coordinates. Now similar expression we wanted to derive in polar coordinates. So we actually did that, and this is the expression for the equation of equilibrium, sorry, compatibility condition in polar coordinates. So you are asked to verify a particular function with this particular equation. So this is an intermediate step in the derivation of the final compatibility equation. So this is the equation, and you are given the function to verify that. So let's see the solution. I have the handwritten notes. So this is the function you are asked to verify. It is written in the Cartesian coordinates as well as polar coordinates, and you are required to verify, check that it satisfies this equation. So this equation is like a relationship connecting the derivatives, partial derivatives in Cartesian coordinates to partial derivative in polar coordinates. So if you go back to what I discussed in class, I had already this equation was already discussed in class. So it's been a long time, so you just check back and you'll be able to refresh it. Now in the derivation of this particular expression, we had also used a relationship between x, y and r, which we are used here. Okay, so it looks something like this. So x y is the Cartesian coordinate and r theta is in polar coordinates. So the reason why I drawn this figure is we also need this relationship in solving this problem. Okay, so let's try to solve this problem. So you are asked to verify this equation. So as you might have done numerous times, when you are asked to verify something, left hand side should be proved equal to right hand side. So left hand side is del square phi by del x square plus del square phi by del y square. So you are given you phi. So here you take the expression of for phi in xy coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate system. So you take the derivative of phi with respect to x twice and with respect to y twice, and you will get del square phi by del x square plus del square phi by del y square as 12 into x square minus y square. So that is the left hand side. Now right hand side is this, which is in polar coordinates. So you have to again evaluate the expressions for these partial derivatives with respect to r and theta. So for that we'll use the expression, the form of the expression in polar coordinates. So in terms of r and theta, you use that. So you take derivative with respect to r, then r square. Similarly, derivative with respect to theta and theta square. Now after evaluating those things, you substitute into to the right hand side. So if you substitute it, you will get three terms, and second and third will cancel out, and you will be left with 12 r square cos 2 theta. So cos 2 theta expression, you know, expansion, it is cos square theta minus sin square theta. So you use that, r square you take inside the bracket. So this will be 12 into r cos theta square minus r sin theta square. Now we will use this particular triangle. So here we know that x is nothing but r cos theta and y is nothing but r sin theta. So we will substitute that in this particular expression. You will get 12x square minus 12y square, which is exactly the same as left hand side. So the expression is satisfied. So this was a simple problem just to verify an intermediate equation. Okay, hope it is clear. Thank you.